Hey guys, it's Kim here with Fairily Fiber Fun. Thanks for joining me on part 2, week 2 of the Fiber Festival prep. Today is Monday, May 1st, and this week we're going to try to finish this bag of fleece. It's 1.3 pounds, so I'm pretty sure I can get it done in like 2 to 3 days. And then card up all the flicked locks into bats, at least the first round of carding, hopefully the second. I also have to finish carding the white bumps that are the 1 ounce bumps that I need to card into 2 ounce bats. And there's a few other things that I hope to get done this week, but we shall see. There's a lot of interesting things going on. And yeah, so I'll keep you informed on everything. Before we jump into it, I would like to give you all a warm welcome. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss new videos as they come out. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. And I will see you on the other side. Here I am carding up some of these white bats. This is I can't remember if this is the second. No, this is the third time of carding because I think I finished all of the second. Anyway, whatever it is, I don't remember. I'm carding on Monday and flicking locks because my back was not handling the drum carder very well. Farm chores took a lot out of me this week, and I did not realize, I guess I had forgotten, it's been so long, just how difficult the farm chores would be on my body. I mean, it's walking up and down a mountain, so you know, carrying feed buckets and stuff. I didn't have any problems. I just did a lot more walking and put a lot more strain on my back than I'm used to. Anyway, Wednesday is the day I got the majority of things done. So thought I would share a little bit of setting up for carding because I just love this cabinet. I love how it works, how I can open it up, pull out what I need, and of course get my hair out of the way because it's freaking long and I don't want to card my hair, you know. A little bit important there. So but then I have, when I'm done carding, I just put everything away and it's out of sight, out of mind, and it doesn't take up any space hardly. So I love this cabinet. And this is the final carding for all these white bats. I divided each of the 1 ounce bats into, I think, 6 sections. I found that was the easiest. I mean, 3. Good Lord. I divided each into 3. So I had a total of 6 sections to put through the carder for that final time. And that made it pretty easy and quick. It went way faster than anticipated. I got all 7 of them done, and then 7 or 8, however many. And then kind of enjoyed piling them up here so you can see the floof pile grow. So I cut a bunch of ribbons and melted the ends a little bit so they won't ravel or fray rather, and then I folded and rolled the bats up, tied them up so that they are all neatly organized and won't get damaged through all the weirdness that happens. And then I went back to carding and I started carding the gray jacob because at this point I had like 5 bags sitting around, or 4 bags that were stuffed to the brim, and I needed to clear some of those out. So like I was running out of bags and I didn't feel like flicking locks today. This Wednesday I just felt like carding, so I did a ton of carding. So I had just carded like 7 bats that were white, and now I'm carding 6 bats of gray jacob, and that's way more carding than I usually do in a day, although the second and third pass of carding is always quicker than the first. The first takes the absolute longest, but that's okay. Alright, so I finished carding these 7 bats I needed done, and then rolled them up neatly so they would stay put. There's 14 in this basket, 14 white jacob bats. And then I started carding the gray locks, and oh my goodness, this is so pretty. Like, I probably should just leave them like this, but I'm going to card them at least 2 more times because once just isn't quite enough, and I want the color a little bit more uniform. But is that not just absolutely gorgeous? So I haven't picked up kids from school yet. It's like 1:30 or something, and I'm still carding. I've got 5 bats done. This was the first one. It's the lightest one. I figured out how to put more fiber in the drum carder since then. Here's a pile of flicked locks that I'm getting ready to put through the drum carder, and I've done a bit of filming for this, so you guys will get to see that. But that's what I'm working on today instead of flicking the rest of the locks. So this is the rest of the bag. It's still around a pound of wool that I need to flick so I can card it, but I have so much carding to do that. Isn't it amazing how this turns into that? Just fantastic. Thursday, I flicked locks all morning, but I didn't bother to record that because there's only so much of that we can put into one vlog and it not be boring. So I thought I would film knitting baby socks because I hadn't put any knitting into the vlog yet, and I was knitting socks. So this was sort of the Thursday and Friday activity, but I didn't do very much on Friday because I was so exhausted, and you will see that in a moment. But here is just a little bit of knitting that you can't see. I am using Haya sock flyers. They are the flexible DPNs, so they're very, very short tips with a teeny tiny little cable between them, and they come in a set of 3, and they're supposed to be really great for socks. It took me a long time to figure out how to hold the teeny tiny little tips because they are way shorter than I'm used to. Here's a much better angle, although poor quality, but it is a better angle of the knitting, so you can sort of see what I'm doing. So one needle hangs out and you're working with the other 2. It took me a long time to get used to these needles, a really, really long time, but I am getting the hang of them, and knitting with them is getting much, much faster, maybe even faster than Magiclet. Anyway, so Friday was mostly shearing. It was just me, the shearer, and the farmer, and the shearer is Rosemary. I can't remember where she lives, but it's about 2 hours away. You have to go through Atlanta to get to her, or for her to get to us. Anyway, there's no direct route except to go through Atlanta. So she came a long way just to shear 12 sheep, and I ended up with 10 fleeces. It was lovely talking to her, getting to meet her, and learning more about this particular method of shearing, which I believe she is the inventor of. She has a YouTube channel. I will try to link to her video down below. It's called Shearing Like a Girl, I think. So it's much easier on the back, but it does require 1 to 2 helpers, which is not super ideal if you are traveling by yourself to do the shearing, but it was really cool to meet her, and I got to help, and that was a lot of fun. So I didn't do a whole lot of filming, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. And I got to watch a different type of shearing than I'm used to seeing, and that was really cool. All right, today is Monday, May 8th, and this is the wrap up for the whole week. So I did manage to finish flicking all the locks for the gray fleece, or the multicolored fleece. That was supposed to take 1 week and took 2. So by the end of last Monday, I had 1.1 pound left, and I carded white bats. I did farm chores all week. Tuesday, I didn't do any flicking at all. I had a really bad headache, and I sorted through inventory. And Wednesday was carding day, and Wednesday I actually carded up 6 of these out of the gray wool. This is the first round of carding, and I'm filming enough footage to do a whole separate video for how I get a consistent color throughout a bunch of bats. So I have 6 of those, and they're so wonderful. I ended up with about 5.5 of these bags full of flicked locks. These are pretty big, and it took, I think, 2.5 maybe to card up 6 bats, so maybe 1.5, I don't remember. I packed them as full as I can. I have 3 of these left here that I need to card. Hopefully I can do that today. But that's for next week's vlog. So I also on Thursday published a pattern for my baby socks to Ko-fi. So these are the baby socks that I knit this week. And I finished this one. This one's slightly different as I altered the pattern just a little bit to make them easier to put on and take off. So they got a slightly deeper heel flap and gusset than the little pink ones. So I think they will be a bit better. It makes them ever so slightly bigger, which means they will fit ever so slightly longer or fit slightly larger babies, which is great. Friday was shearing day, and the only thing I did was shearing and a little bit of knitting and farm chores. Saturday I was so exhausted from shearing that I just rested, and Sunday, yesterday I tried to flick locks, but I have this new hyperfixation of fake nails, so I had just applied these yesterday morning and they were killing my fingers, and I could not use my fingers for anything. I have since figured out what the problem is and fixed it, so I was able to finish flicking all the locks this morning, which was maybe 0.2 pounds, maybe. It took me a couple hours. So yeah, that is what I've accomplished this week. I think it was very successful. I now have a week and a half before the festival, so I have really got to knuckle down and get the black wool done so that I can have all of the Jacob ready to go. As far as spinning kits go, there will be 1 bat of white, 1 bat of gray, and 1 bat of black that will be a kit for spinning the Jacob. So I'm hoping to have enough of those done to have about 10 kits ready to go for the festival, but we shall see. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.